Sometime in the next few years, an intelligence far, far greater than our own is going to emerge. It won't be biological. And your ability to survive the massive economic shift it's going to cause, well, it's going to depend on a single and actually increasingly rare skill. This isn't science fiction. This is about your professional survival strategy.
Okay, let's just start with this quote from the philosopher Nick Bostrom. A millennium of intellectual work, done in a single day. Think about that. 1,000 years of human thought, of problem solving, crammed into one 8-hour workday. That's the mind-bending scale we're talking about here.
All right, so let's bring this down to earth and make it personal. Forget 1,000,000 times faster for a second. Let's just say an AI can do your job 1,000 times faster than you. What happens then? Where does that leave you, the human knowledge worker? It's a question we really can't afford to just brush aside anymore.
So that brings us to our first big idea, what people are calling the intelligence explosion. And just to be crystal clear, this isn't just about getting smarter gadgets. We're talking about a complete rewiring of our economy and what it even means to provide value as a human being. Now, the specific kind of threat we're focusing on is what Bostrom calls speed superintelligence. It's not necessarily that it's more creative or insightful than a person. It just does everything a human brain can do, but at a speed that is almost impossible for us to comprehend. That's the new competition.
But here's the twist. What makes this threat so powerful isn't just the technology. Nope, it's an internal weakness we all have. A crisis of focus that, as author Newport argues, is making us incredibly vulnerable to being replaced. And this slide, wow, it just lays it all out, doesn't it? A McKinsey study found that the average knowledge worker spends over 60% of their work week, that's 3 full days, people, just juggling emails and searching for information. We feel busy, right? But are we actually getting anything meaningful done?
Newport breaks this all down into a battle between two kinds of work. On one side, you've got deep work. This is the stuff that creates real value. It's tough, it takes intense focus, and you can't just copy-paste it. Then there's shallow work. You know this stuff. It's the endless emails, the scheduling, the logistical busy work that's super easy to replicate.
And here's the really scary part. This isn't just about wasting a few hours. According to Newport, when you're constantly swimming in that sea of shallowness, you're actually damaging your brain's ability to focus. We are literally training ourselves to be distractible, destroying the very skill we need most to stay relevant.
Okay, so this all leads to a really fascinating and kind of unsettling problem, the human alignment problem. It's not just that we're getting worse at our jobs. We might actually be losing the ability to steer our own lives. Right at the moment, a much, much more powerful intelligence is showing up.
You know, in the world of AI safety, people talk a lot about the alignment problem. The classic version from Bostrom is all about making sure that a superintelligent AI is working towards goals that are actually good for us. How do we program our values into something that's about to become way smarter than we are?
But here's the thing Newport's work makes you wonder. In this distraction economy, where our attention is being pulled in 1,000,000 directions every second, how can we possibly have the clarity and focus to define our own long-term goals, let alone try to align a super powerful AI with them?
And that's the real punchline here. Our biggest vulnerability might not be the AI itself. It's our own lack of focus. We have a human alignment problem. We're losing control, losing our own agency at the exact moment in history when we need it the most.
Okay, but look, this isn't all doom and gloom. Not at all. This is a call to action. Because Newport's idea of deep work, it gives us an incredibly powerful strategic response. Think of it as a biodefense protocol for your brain.
So we need to completely reframe how we think about deep work. This is not a simple productivity hack. It's a training protocol for your biological brain. It's the method you use to get really good at complex stuff fast and to produce work at a level that simply can't be easily automated away.
So, here it is, your human defense protocol, straight from Newport's playbook. Step 1, you have to actively train your ability to focus, to literally rewire your brain to fight off distraction. That unlocks Step 2, the ability to quickly learn the complex systems that are going to run the new economy. And from there, you get to Step 3, producing work at an elite level that truly stands out.
I mean, just look at the matchup here. The biological brain, it's amazing, but let's be honest, it's got limitations. We have limited capacity, and we get distracted by everything. Silicon-based intelligence, it has near limitless capacity, learns almost instantly, and is totally immune to distraction. This is exactly why optimizing our own biological hardware through deep work isn't just a good idea,
It's an absolute necessity.
All right, let's get real and talk about the very near future. This isn't some far-off sci-fi scenario. We're talking about the next couple of years. The big shift is already happening.
It's a pretty safe bet that by 2026, AI is going to automate almost all of that shallow work we talked about. Remember that 60% of the work week? Managing emails, setting up meetings, basic data entry. That is exactly the kind of stuff that AI is perfectly designed to take off our plates.
Which leads to the single most important question for your entire career. When all the easy stuff gets automated, what's left for us to do? Well, a couple of economists, Brynjolfsson and McAfee, gave us a pretty clear picture of who's going to win. First, the high-skilled workers who can actually collaborate with these intelligent machines. Second, the superstars, the top 1% in any field. And third, the owners who have the money to invest in the tech. And what's the one thing they all have in common? Yep, their value comes from deep work.
So, we're back to where we started. In a world with super-intelligent machines, anything that's easy will be done by them. The only uniquely human value that's left will come from intense, sustained, deep focus. This means your attention isn't just something you should try to manage, it is your single most valuable economic asset. The real question is, are you training it?